Captain Al Clowers, what do you think of that guitar riff?
That's pretty good, man. I had to turn down my volume a little bit. It's rocking.
That's Captain Ron and his partner Marcus. They wrote that little riff for us.
That's cool. A lot of love around this community. How Dave, they're making music for you.
I know it's pretty spectacular. I'm pretty happy, gang. Hey, welcome, Al. How was your 4th of July?
It was good.
Yeah,
It
you
was
and the
good.
girls.
Me and the girls and a girlfriend of the wife and her son. I never did it before, but I just hung out at the marina
Right.
and we did the pool thing. And then I told the wife, I said, come on, let's go do a hot lap. So we did a hot lap down through Glorieta Bay and stuff. And then we got back and it's always something, alcohol and 4th of July and everything. And we get back to the pool and the maintenance guy shoot in a bunch of his family members into the pool. They're not even marina attendants or nothing. And there was about 30 of them. And when I got back after that little hot lap about 5 o'clock, they were hammered. Next thing you know, another Mexican guy comes walking in there from, I don't know, whatever, and they were doing gang sign. Next thing you know, almost a big old fight broke out. Harbor police was called. I told the wife, I said, gather your stuff, we're out.
Oh my gosh.
So I haven't talked to the dock master about it yet, but yeah, it sucked. But after that, we just went to we had our chairs all lined up right there on the grass on the water there. Went over there, it was peaceful, and they put 3 barges right in the middle of San Diego Bay, and they're all simultaneously, and they blew that place up pretty good. It was cool.
Perfect. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. The next door neighbor decided right now is the time to clean up the leaves they just chopped in the backyard. It's
I can't
crazy.
hear it.
You can't hear it?
No.
Oh, good. All right. John Stanley just jumped in here with us. John, I was talking to Captain Al about your show yesterday. It was so cool. He had like over 15,000 people watch him live on YouTube. Another 6,000 people watched him live on Facebook. And you know what the key to him catching fish was, Captain Al?
The chum tube?
The chum tube. Look at this. This was John Stanley yesterday. Look at this.
This is the way to go right here. Instant chum line. We got big sardines. Too big to use for bait. So I put about 4 of them in there. And you can see the chum line. You can see the fish in there. Look, there's calicos everywhere. I know what those other fish are. But wow, that's all it takes. No, that's how you look at all the calicos. That is all calico back there. Talk about increasing the prey density level. Now anything can show up.
And that's right, Cap Mal? Anything could show up when you got all that food falling out behind the boat.
Oh, yeah. Next thing you know, where he's at, a big old mako swim up in there, too.
And his granddaughters lost track of how many fish they caught, but they combined everything together and they decided to, as a group, they ended up with 52 fish in 2.5 hours.
Very nice. Very nice.
And it was full speed as fast as they could get their lines in the water. John and Tino were the deckhands. Those two were tying hooks nonstop for the whole 2.5 hours.
Wow. Yeah, that's cool. That thing really works good. It's amazing. And the cool thing is, save your sardines and put them in gallon bags and put them in a freezer. You don't need to feed them back to the ocean when you have one of those.
Yeah, you got a couple of real believers here. You got John Stanley, you got Matt Ryan, you got Tim Ogilvy. They all have that phenomenal system you made, the chum tube. It's an epic tool to have on your boat if you want to catch fish in Southern California. I think that it would work for the catfish guys on the RCT group. I know it would work in Florida. I was talking to a guy yesterday who was asking me, hey, why do they put sand in their chum in Florida? And I was like, because they got to get that chum down to the reef. There's a lot of current out there and they're fishing those deeper reefs. We don't have that problem here in Southern California. That's why Al's chum tube works so good, because we're fishing in shallow water, 25 to 45, 50 feet of water, right, Al?
Right. And if they do want to sink it, I make that cool weight that goes in there. And you just put a longer rope on it, it'll sink right down there. And pull on the rope a little bit,
And it
But typically, yeah, 25, 30 feet, you don't have to sink it. With the weight, like John's tube in that video, he has a weight and he also has an extension handle. So that it's effortless. That handle's sitting right up on top of the gunnel right there, and the thing's sitting straight up and down. And all you do is go over there and give it a few clicks every now and then.
It is amazing how well it works and how much it changes what people catch. John Stanley, I can't even emphasize enough how many times he's been on the show, how many times he's been at the shows, and tells everybody it absolutely changed what him and Tina do on a daily basis as far as fishing goes. Now they make sure they don't throw any of their leftover bait away. Right. They use it all. It goes straight into the chum tube, and it's just a phenomenal tool, and it absolutely changes what they catch on a daily basis.
Right. Yeah, I messed with those holes. The hole size on there, I started with small ones, and that hole size is perfect. And there's only 6 holes in that thing, so
right?
It'll last quite a while. If you're not, you can go over there and empty it out if you just consistently crank on it in about an hour and a half, but it'll last 6 hours full regular use. And John Stanley used to make his own chum blocks, right, and freeze his stuff and everything, but now he got a hold of that chum tube, man. He's all over that thing.
Yeah, and it makes all the difference in the world. Yesterday, watching his granddaughters catch fish was just incredible.
Right.
Fish after fish after fish. There he is, Bill Varney, fresh off the YouTube Bill Varney surf fishing channel.
That's me. I'm back.
Look at him.
Bill.
Back to the land of reality. Hey, Captain Al, do you ever clip the chum tube onto your anchor and drop the anchor?
If it's necessary, I do. But normally I keep it right on the back corner when I'm fishing the bonefish and all that stuff. Because all the chum, it depends how much current or tide you got. If it's ripping, yeah, you want to put it on your bow anchor.
Okay.
But if it's not ripping, it just kind of floats off a little bit. It's within casting distance or pitching distance, Like when we're bone fishing, it's right there. You just pitch your little drop shot back there, right in the middle of it.
And like when you're in like the back bay, it's really calm and stuff. Do you pull the rope up and down to give it some action so the chum comes out of the tube, or
no? You use the plunger handle.
The plunger handle. Okay.
It has the tube, and then it has the handle that goes all the way through the tube with the macerator end on it, right?
Okay.
So
let me show it to everybody one more time. Let me show you guys this thing. So you get a better understanding of what's going on.
Go right here. Instant chum line. We got big sardines. Too big to use for bait. So I put about 4 of them in there. And you can see the chum line. You can see the fish in there. Look, there's calicos everywhere. I know what those other fish are. But wow, that's all it takes. No, that's how you look at all the calicos. That is all calico back there. Talk about increasing the prey density level. Now anything can show up.
And like John Stanley was saying, when you get all that going out behind the boat, and Pablo, he uses it all the time also. These guys, gang, that are consistently catching fish are using these chum tubes all the time. Pablo, Bill, welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Both of you are right on time.
Happy to be here, sir.
What did Newt Rockney say? He says, if you're 10 minutes early, you're 20 minutes late in my book.
Yeah, that's kind of how I grew up. The 10 o'clock boat leaves at 10. If you show up at 10:15, you're not going out today.
Exactly.
Man, I got slammed with honeydews. Right now I got some I know it's horrible, but not horrible. But I did all my smoke detectors, and then we had this leak in the upstairs bathroom, so I had to just gut the wall right now. So I'm kind of like all over the place, but getting it done. Kate said before I disappear again, because everybody's calling to go fishing, that I better get my stuff together, if you know what I mean.
Well, that would be nice. Captain Al and I and Justin, we don't have that problem. No one's calling us to go fishing.
What? Yeah, right.
Captain Al?
I got a few trips, but
See?
it's not like it was.
Yeah, no, not like it was at all. I don't have, a million trips. I have like this weekend, I'm going to Catalina for 4 or 5 days with the Bertram that I'm running. And then the next week, I actually have like 2 or 3 charters. And then the next week, I have 2. One is Joe Lopez and his buddy. We're going to go out there. But, Chris Campos, my buddy, John Stanley knows him. You guys know him, I think. He caught a yellowfin yesterday.
No way.
So he was super stoked on that. And so I told him, I said, well, hey, let's go out. Let's go find them. Although the wind is up a little bit.
Tomorrow it is, yeah. Tomorrow the wind is up.
A yellowfin tuna in 62-degree brown water. That's pretty good.
No, it's down here. There's 70-degree water to be found. You just got to look around for it. They were down south, obviously. But it's a good sign. I just don't know. I think this wind's probably going to push some of that water back down, but maybe I hope it's not just a huge, huge wind event. It's like that typical, you guys know, it's that big stripe behind Clemente pushing down, but it's kind of comes in a little bit. But yeah, I'm hopeful because, that's a great sign. So, even if it does push them down, they'll be coming back up shortly, I believe.
I hope so.
We'll see.
That would be great.
Get some yellowfin. There's a few strays with the bluefin, but hopefully the rest of their family will show up quick.
Yeah, Chris said that they were chewing pretty good, man. He said like it was hard to get, not huge. They're only like 15, 20 pounders, but if that's not fun size,
It's perfect.
Light tackle and those guys. Hope you don't get one of those big bluefin, but use that thing with 20-pound or 30-pound, and you're gonna have a blast with those things.
Yeah, I heard somebody got a big one at the Hidden Bank about 4 days ago.
Oh, nice.
Like a 160. A yellowfin.
Yeah, this was the first one that I heard yellowfin, but yeah, I'm sure. They're there, so yeah. Right. Like you said, Al, I want them to push up because that's some real fun fishing. They're so much more dumb than bluefin. They're a lot easier to catch.
Yeah, and all the kids and families and stuff can handle them.
Yeah,
and perfect eating size.
Yeah, ahi all day long, football size all day long. Let's go.
Delicious.
And the sea bass, I'm sure the sea bass have been everywhere. Everybody's getting those guys right now. So that's a good option.
Just a FYI, I'm not 100%, but I'm about 96%. IB is lit up with sand bass right now.
Oh, nice.
Started yesterday.
Good.
From what I can see.
Well, good. And we got a grunion run this week, right, Bill?
That's right. Yeah, it was a Thursday through Sunday. So we got that going on too. We got all kinds of stuff. And those white sea bass are on the beach too. They're up in Santa Barbara. I know they're down in Malibu. It's just nobody can fish the spots that are really good there in Malibu because they're closed. But big dune and little dune there. But yeah, they're all along, and guys have been getting them down in the kelp and some off of PV. And you guys have seen the boat pictures from Channel Islands Harbor. It's like mind-blowing the number of halibut and sea bass are getting. Wow.
Yeah, that's lights out fishing. I wish that place was a little closer. I'd be all over that.
I know.
Yeah, man. I know.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast it happens and then how fast it goes away and people get all discouraged. Like Justin's out there today fishing for that sand bass gang, and it kind of just did the disappearing act. But the water kind of rolled over up there on the Huntington Flats, it'll bounce back. It has a tendency to do that with all the afternoon breeze and everything. So just stay diligent. Like Al said, that stuff's back on the IB flats. So you just don't know what's going to happen. A yellowfin tuna right now in the middle of all this stuff, that's pretty bizarre. There's just too much stuff going on to not go fishing. Hopefully we're around in the corner and people start spending a little money and go out fishing.
Right?
I hope so too. But
everything's biting. It might not be biting on the day you go, or it could be like I tell everybody, it could be rough fishing, or it could be the most epic fishing you've ever had.
Yeah,
but you gotta go.
There's been some really hot days, but you know what, Al, and I know you and Dave and Bill, everybody will all feel the same. It's like we're gonna get whatever's biting. You know, if I'm going out, you know, like on these crazy bluefin only, well, we're still gonna try to get some yellowtail on patties. We're still gonna do whatever we have to do. If we have to fall back to the Coronados and do some island fishing, we will on the way back. And then obviously if we have to hit, not have to, but if they want to, load up on, you know, reds and stuff. Obviously the new regs, right? It's under 300 feet now. Which I was going to ask you guys about on interpretation on something else. But yeah, I mean, we get whatever we can get. The bass, the calicos, you know, the sea bass, the yellowtail, whatever is out there, man.
Right. The best trips are non-fish specific.
Right. Right. Like,
Really?
Like I like going out when people say, yeah, we just want to catch fish and have fun. I'm like, let's
just wind me up and let me go. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, guys, this is something that Dave and Al and Pablo, we've all talked about before. So we go back with the El Nino, the water on the surface was like 70 degrees, and then like 60 feet down, it was 70 degrees. So when we got wind, it didn't really turn over the water so much. Now on this La Nina, it's like 70 at the top and 60 or 50 at the bottom.
Right.
And when the wind comes up, which is much more normal for Southern California,
Yes.
and then it turns that water over. And, you know, the disadvantages kind of throws the fish off for a day or two. But the advantage is it churns up that bottom with all of the sediment and things that all the bait fish love to eat. And it really helps that whole ecosystem out. So I think we're back in a more normal year than we would be otherwise.
I agree, and bring it. I love it. You know, I like going and looking for stuff and figuring out day to day.
Yeah, it does seem kind of simplistic when you, at least to me, you know, like when you go surf fishing, and Al knows this obviously, you go searching for bait and you got to catch your bait and you got to keep your bait alive and you got to rig a certain way in different conditions. And if you're fishing the bay, that could be different than the surf and all that stuff. And then I'll go on an 8-day trip and they'll just like drive to someplace. They'll turn on the sonar. The fish will be under the boat and they'll say, tie your little hook on and drop a sardine over. Like to me, I mean, that is fishing and you're fighting the fish, but the whole challenge of like fly fishing and surf fishing and trout fishing, all these different types, is finding out how to be successful at it rather than the captain just like taking you over the spot and you drop your bait down and you think you're some great angler when, yeah, you were good at catching the fish, but you didn't find it. You didn't present it to it, you know. You
were driven to it, which is cool for some people. They don't have a bunch of time and they don't have a boat. And all my life, I've always had a boat. You know, from the time I jumped off my dad's boat to getting my little 12-foot Valco, I had a boat, man. They weren't always the greatest boats, but you know what? I could get myself on the water and do what I could do. You know, I remember back in the day, I had a 12-foot Valco with a 9.9 Merc, and I put plywood in the front of it, made a little deck, and I used to take that to the lakes and slide that thing unload it and slide it right down the side of the bank, dude. Run that motor down there and stick it on and go fishing, man. You know, and there was plenty of times when I was young at La Jolla, we had this little 15-foot Miracraft with a 35-horse pool start. And we've caught gang loads of yellowtail on that. That boat's at the Salton Sea at the duck trailer right now. But yeah, it doesn't really matter what boat you got. It matters what you do with it. You know?
Absolutely.
But looking for fish and hunting for fish and doing your homework and figuring out different techniques, it goes on and on and on. I'm 64 years old and I still don't know much, you know?
Yeah, a lot of anglers, including us, would say the more you know, the older you get, the less you know.
Right.
It's like we thought we knew everything. Well, guess what?
Right. I try to keep it like that because I'm always learning, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you could sit down at a table, and I've done this. When they started coming out with the wind downs and all that stuff, I'm like, man, I'm behind the curve. I don't even know how to do those things. I spent a month in my garage messing with all that stuff, you know, trying to, you know, it's never ending, you know. And what I do from the lake to offshore big bluefin fishing, imagine what's in between that, what it takes in between that stuff, you know, spinning rods, light line rods, heavy gear. It's insane. Right behind me, I went through a bunch of rods in the boat, and then I went through the ones in the garage. There's like 40 rods sitting behind me right now, and that's the overflow for like the stringari and stuff like that, you know. Because the stringari, I can't keep rods in it. Obviously, it's a center console, so I just have all that stuff right here in the garage. But yeah, it's endless, man. Endless.
Yeah, my wife once looked in the garage and she said, I can't believe it, Bill. You got 22 rods hanging up in the garage. How do you need another fishing rod? And I said, look up at the thing. There's 3 more spots available.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see this, but
look at all those rods.
It's like a tackle shop in there.
That's the little overflow rods, and then the electric reels and rods. Then all the bay rods, popper rods for the big bluefin. Overflow rods up there. And then more rods over there. And these guys, I had to fix the reel seat because it was spinning. So yeah, that's it. It's crazy.
And our good buddy Matt Ryan was out fishing at Catalina, and I don't know. Did you catch any fish, Matt Ryan? I never got a phone call or nothing. I don't know what happened. I saw you on RCT last night. I know you were showing them some pictures. You didn't let Captain Dave in on any of the hot dope that you did over there. But I think Matt Ryan caught a couple fish over at Catalina. He was fishing with one of his buddies on a big boat. So they were over there at Catalina having some fun. It looks like the water was warm over there too, 71 degrees, he said. I heard there was a lot of boats at Catalina this weekend, 4th of July weekend. It was kind of insane. But
right. I've never been over there on 4th of July, but I heard it's a big party over there. Right?
I've been over there on 4th of July, and I am not kidding you guys. There were boats all the way, not this 4th of July, but in the past, all the way around the entire island. And I'm not saying every once in a while, like you could barely get between them to get to land. There were that many people. It was crazy.
Probably a lot of good visuals too, huh, Bill?
Oh, yeah. Hey, one day we were out there. We're at Yellowtail Point. We had a nice current going. We had caught like, 4 or 5 yellowtail. We had gotten about a 15-pound Dorado. My buddy looks over at me and he says, you know, I can't think of one thing that would make this day better. And then all of a sudden we heard these jet skis coming toward us. We're like, the jet skis. Well, as they went by, 2 naked girls driving the jet skis.
Boy.
The day even got better.
Right? Couple buck tenders going by. Dang.
So you see all kinds of stuff over there. It's crazy.
Yeah,
gang, I just have to mention, we can't do this show without Promar. Promar is a huge part of our shows on Mondays and Tuesdays, and also all our live fishing shows. Brian from Promar is going to join us here in a little bit. He has a big announcement. The new Akara jig, the larger one, is out on the market, ready to go. We're going to show that on the show today. Gang, if you look at all those videos I made fishing up there in Alaska, and for some reason, I don't know, the algorithm doesn't like those videos. I don't know why. That was some of the most beautiful scenery I've ever been in, but the algorithm doesn't like it, so it doesn't push it out in front of anybody. So we're going back to the old videos because I don't know. I made 800 videos and we can't get 3 people to watch any of them. But those 3 people that did watch them, if you look, I used that Akara jig exclusively up there. It was absolutely incredible. It's just an amazing, amazing lure. The way that they balance that thing, and as it's sinking, you just give your tip a little bit of jiggle on the way down, and you get a bite every single drop. And it didn't matter if I was on the dock, if we were a mile outside of the bay in the ocean, or if we were anywhere in the bay. It was just every time that lure hit the water. And I can't wait to see how much fun those bigger Akara jigs are going to do. And I would love to be the guy that drops one of those into that bluefin. I just can't imagine those hooks, Pablo. They're so sharp. If they just touch you, they hook you down to the bone.
And those bigger ones, you can wing that thing. They're heavy, so you can wing it on a 7-foot rod with like a big enough reel to catch them 100-pounders.
That's what I threw mine a few times, but that was the other day when nothing worked.
This lure is absolutely incredible. The balancing of the
couldn't get them to go.
Yeah, I'm just showing a picture of it. I'm sorry, I didn't know the volume was on that thing. I'm just showing a picture of this Akara jig and what it looks like, gang. The lure, the way it swims in the water, the flash tinsel, everything works to catch
hooks
fish.
On there
it's amazing.
Are so sticky, man. Though anything they touch, that it's going to get hooked.
Yep, they are super duper sharp. I got a bunch of holes in my fingers to prove it. Besides the holes in my fingers from Marley, I got a bunch of Akara jig holes in my fingers too.
Looks like you've been calico bass fishing.
Absolutely. Well, I had bass thumb pretty bad up there in that. We got 1,600 fish between the 3 of us, or at least the ones we counted in 8 days. That was pretty wild. Oh, we got someone that needs to be blocked. Goodbye. I don't know why. It just blows my mind why people believe in their heart that they need to come on and say negative stuff. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I think it was the past administration that made everyone think it was okay. In the words of Mike Tyson, you know why they act that way? Because they've never been punched in the face.
Exactly.
But the crazy thing about it is I win every single time. It's weird.
Yeah, keep it to yourself. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say it.
Or if you want to get blocked, I mean, it's pretty cool. I don't mind blocking you. I got over 800,000 followers. I'm going to be okay today. I'll block you. I got no problem with that.
You have a little wiggle room.
Yeah. We're not real worried about them. So, Pablo, when are you leaving for Catalina? Uh-oh.
Oh, there he is. There you go.
Hey, Pablo, when are you leaving for Catalina? Nope. Got no Pablo. Oh, well. We'll talk to Pablo later.
Hey, before I step off here to go work with the plumbers, it's such an interesting situation. When the snow melts up here in the mountains, the water table rises, and our well, which is 185 feet, becomes an artesian well. And so it pumps water without the pump on into the house, which makes everything leak. It's the oddest thing. So we're working on that today, but I just wanted everybody to know that July, everybody that's on the surf fishing section of Your Saltwater Guide is a member there, is invited on the 26th of July, Saturday at 6 a.m. to Bolsa Chica State Beach for my surf fishing clinic down there. You've got to come. Please, everybody, come. There's no charge for you. Everybody else has donated. There's no charge for you. We'd love for you to come. So everybody who's in our group, please just send me an email and let me know that you're coming, and I'll put you on the list there.
All right. That sounds like fun, everybody.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to meet
San Diego.
I would love to do San Diego. You know what's hard, Al, is that now I have to get a permit for every beach where there's more than 9 people with me. And some of the beaches are requiring insurance that costs $1,000 for 4 hours. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I have to kind of pick and choose where I can do it. I had some great ones in Oceanside. I had lots of good ones in South Carlsbad, but had some great ones in Oceanside. And then I called up 2 years ago and I said, hey, I want the lifeguards to know I'm going to be down there. And they say, we don't allow fishing there anymore from the breakwater to the pier. So thankfully, Ken Corwin helped me, and he knows the mayor and talked to the mayor. So yeah, I need to come down to San Diego for sure, but we're going to be at Bolsa Chica. And then we meet at about 6:15 in the morning or so. We have about a 20-minute seminar clinic where we teach you what rigging, how to hook the baits. And we basically cut off like 2/3 of the people's rigs and re-rig them. So they have the perfect setup with Gamakatsu hooks and all of that stuff. And then we supply all the bait, sand crabs, lugworms, bloodworms, ghost shrimp sometimes. And we go right down to the sand. We spread out on the beach and we go fishing right there and walk in between you, answer all your questions. So if you want to come, just send me an email, fishthesurf@mail.com.
That a boy, Bill.
Absolutely. You guys got to get out there fishing with Bill. I guess the San Diego just reported they got a yellowfin, Al.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Crazy ocean right now. It doesn't make any sense. Everything's upside down, backwards, and sideways. And there's a young man on here that's saying your saltwater guide doesn't know anything about social media. Yep, you got me. You figured it out. You got me. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do with my 800,000 followers and my 30 million views a month. I don't know. I'm going to suck my thumb, HH. You got me. I don't know what I'm going to do. You got me, buddy. Keep trying, though. A lot of people try to get Captain Dave. I've been on social media longer than your mommy and daddy have been alive, and I'm doing just fine. So, but go ahead. Give her a shot there, young feller. Try to get me.
Hey, Dave may know nothing about social media, but Dave's partner, Elliot, knows more than anybody I personally have ever met in my life. So, that's the secret to success. It's just like, being part of your saltwater guide. You can go out and you can spend the rest of your life looking for the secrets of being successful at fishing, or just like with Elliot, you can surround yourself by people who are knowledgeable, learn from them, and cut the learning curve down to almost nothing.
Yeah, it's funny. It is kind of funny. It's just part of the deal, though. When you're a public figure, and not that I am, but when you got a bunch of people following you and making comments, you're going to get these little whiny girls, little whiny boy that don't know which bathroom to use to jump on here and try to get me. It's okay. I know you're pissed because the president of the United States doesn't identify you right now, HH. That's okay. It's going to be all right. It's going to be okay.
Hey, what about when are you going to Florida, Dave?
We're leaving on the 12th. I'm going to this little trade show called ICAST, and we'll be out there doing our podcast live from the trade show floor every day, trying to figure out this social media thing. I have no idea what I'm doing, but we'll give it a shot, see if we can't figure it out.
You going to get a hold of all them fishing girls back there again?
Yeah, they're coming to we got Tom Rowland's letting me use his sound booth every day at 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 3 o'clock Florida time. We're going to be doing our podcast live from the ICAST show floor, and we'll be bringing in lots of cool people, lots of good guests. Heather Smith from Heather Smith Outdoors, she'll definitely be joining us. Caroline and her dad Tom from Kids Can Fish, they got some time scheduled in the booth. We got Josh from Blacktip H. He's got one of the biggest channels in the fishing industry because Josh, Bill, is like us. He's sick and tired of the closures, and they saw what we were able to pull off with the sand bass. I know, don't give me any credit for it, but for some reason, my guys showed up at the Zoom meeting, Your Saltwater Guide group, and now Josh wants to get involved with us. He has the largest social media platform in the fishing industry. If you look at Blackfish 8. So Josh going to spend some time in the sound booth with me, and many other people that are big influencers. Reed, the fishmonger, will be spending a little time with us. It's going to be awesome. Paul Hubert said he's going to try to make a guest celebrity appearance. He's got a lot of meetings, but he's going to try to be in on the booth. So it should be fun while we're out there. You won't miss a thing, gang. I will be going live from the show floor plus in the sound booth. So we'll keep you all involved in the iCast. And then Daniel Rubin, one of our members, one of our guys, he's got his new product in the product showcase, the new product showcase, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
So if you guys can share on the iCast Instagram page, that will help him out tremendously. And then he's going to fish with the River Cat crew. He's leaving Wednesday. He's hoping to be out there fishing with the River Cat crew on Saturday, which would be great to go live with Daniel with his ReelQuick system, right? It would be pretty cool to see.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff coming down the pipe. Even though I don't know anything about social media, we're going to fake it till we make it.
Yeah, I think you're doing just fine.
I don't know. Not according to HH. He's got my number. I'm a senile old man.
Back in COVID, when you first started showing up at noon on Facebook, I was a little concerned about you, but I'm not anymore. I'm like, look at him go, 12 o'clock again.
What is he doing? And here we are. 4.5 years later, 6 days a week, live podcast. I don't know anybody else. Here's what I can promise you. I may not know what I'm doing, but no one's going to outwork me.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
No one.
Yeah, man. I got to hand it to you there. You're very, very consistent.
Yesterday, Al and Bill, we did 3 live fishing shows yesterday, and then I met up with the RCT group last night on their podcast. Yeah, just yesterday. And yesterday, Sunday, that's my day off.
That's right. That's your one day off.
Think about that. And then
so they got 2 straight weeks of work.
And then we did a live fishing show this morning we produced and ran it pretty good. I got a lot of people watching Justin fishing, and here we are doing our podcast at 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. This is the 4th year. This is the number on our podcast right now in the box anyway, that you can go over to Spotify or Apple or Megaphone, anywhere you watch your podcast. This is number 774. That's kind of a big number, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's like 2 straight years every day.
And I do it 6 days a week.
You're like an astronaut. No off-duty time.
Yeah, there's no reason. Like somebody told me, if you're not working on bettering yourself, you're just wasting your time.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
And at our age, Bill, we only got so much more time. We better make sure we do a good job.
I know, man, Dave. Like, can you believe how many people that we went to high school with have died? And it's like every day at this age, it's a new person, you know. So yeah, we've only got so much time. Get out there and get her done, man. Get her done.
Yeah, 64, then 74, then 84. Damn.
And then you're done.
Well, never in my wildest imagination I'd be sitting here at 63 years of age.
I tell you what, I would be a lot more visible on social media if I knew what the heck I was doing just a little bit. I don't know. It takes a lot of energy to do all that stuff. But
maybe the HH guy can help you. He can send you some tips.
I start pushing stuff and screws everything all up, but I'll get over it.
Well, guys, I got to scoot off to help the plumber.
All right. See you later, Bill. Hey, have fun with your
drain that tank. Take some more showers, buddy.
There you go.
Drain that, overwater that garden.
And tell your wife happy birthday from all of us. Happy
Thank you.
birthday. We're going to have John Bretza on here to take your place on Wednesday. He's going to join. He's going to join me. They got a brand new reel we're going to show off on the live show, gang, on Wednesday. John Bretza is the president of product development for Okuma. He's going to join us live. Then on Friday, I know I don't know nothing about social media. I'll never make it. We got the president of ICAST and the ASA joining us on Friday. Glenn Hughes will be our guest on Friday if everything goes right. So, yep, we're trying to figure this thing out. We don't know what we're doing, but we'll keep trying. Hopefully HH can help us out.
Thank God for him.
Yep, thank God for crybabies like him.
Okay, you guys have a great day, and good luck to everybody out there. And we'll give you a great report. I'll try to be on next Saturday morning to give you an update on what we missed on Wednesday. Great surf fishing out there. Get out there. Send me an email if you want to come to the surf fishing clinic on the 26th at Bolsa Chica.
All right, Bill. Thank you very much. Good luck today.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Hey, gang. We got our other buddy, Dave Burris, just joined us here on the show, and he is the birthday boy today. Dave Burris, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dave Burris. Happy birthday, Dave Burris. HH is going to send you a special gift because he is all that in a bag of chips. So you're lucky, Dave Burris. HH is going to send you a gift. How cool is that?
Hey, there's another one on there, Dave.
Yeah, I see him. Goodbye, everybody. There you go. Blocked. The thing I did with HH is I forgot to block him across everything, but we'll get him. He's not going anywhere. We'll let him have a little bit of time on here to make him look like a complete fool, and then we'll block him forever, and he won't have to ever worry about watching this show ever again. But Dave Burris, I love you. I'm glad you made it to this birthday. And everybody out there, try to wish Captain Dave Burris a happy birthday. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Birthdays are not so cool anymore for me.
Yeah, they are. It's like Cubby said. He's fighting his ass off just to be old. He wants to be old more than anything, man. Just like you, Captain Al.
Yeah, it only hurts it when the alarm goes off at 3:30 in the morning. After a couple hours, I'm good.
There you go. So where's
hey, man, it's crazy the amount of opportunity as far as fishing is concerned as we speak right now. I mean, you could myself, I go to the lake, catch bass, go to the back bay, catch bonefish, bay sharks, middle of the bay, bass.
Right.
And the kelp beds we kind of rolled over, so the calico bite at Point Loma shut down a little bit, but it won't take long to come back up. Sand bass apparently started to really chew on IB yesterday. The islands got a little cold, but we still managed some bonita and some barracuda and a bunch of rock cod. And I heard it's coming back yesterday or day before, 4th of July. Wide open calicos at the islands, wide open barracuda, and a big breezer yellowtail for one quick surface iron. So that's coming back. Down below that stuff and outside, bluefin foaming around, sonar schools, and now the yellowfin are starting to show up. So on my site, I have trips to be able to do all that stuff. So it's time to go fishing. The weather's great.
Hold on one second, Al. I'm going to let you take the floor for a minute here. Talk about your boats. I got your QR code up on the screen. They can check out all your stuff. But talk about your boats, the largemouth bass fishery, the back bay fishery, the tuna fishery, and all the great things that you have available for everybody, which is absolutely incredible, gang. Captain Al Clowers has pretty much got you whatever level you want to be at. Take the kids fishing. Take yourself out for a trophy tuna. So go over all that with them for a few minutes.
Right. Starting at the lake, I got a 20-foot Ranger bass boat, fully loaded. I've been fishing the lakes for 50 years. I really like going out there. So I normally don't do the lakes trips this time of year, but with the calendar opening, I can still do them. It's $600 for 8 hours for 2 people. There's a really good topwater bite out there right now. Then you go to the Stringari. It's an 18-foot Stringari skiff, iconic little skiff made here in San Diego with an outboard on it. And I can fish that thing all the way in 2 foot of water if I have to. And I was back in the back bay the other day, and with the 2 deckhands, and the bay sharks were active, and the bonefish were really active. We caught like 24 of them. I'm not sure how long that's going to last because it's 80 degrees here, and that back bay gets over 74, and it's a little tough, but we can still find them. And then you got the 30. I got a 36-foot Riviera 6-pack boat, 1 to 6 people, and that fishes a little 4-hour bay trip all the way up to a 12-hour big bluefin trip. So, and everything in between. You know, you got family and kids. You want to just introduce them to fishing. You come with me, and I take them in the bay, and everywhere else you go, they'll be talking about the bay fishing versus not being able to catch any fish anywhere else because it's so good in the bay, especially right now. All the bass are spawning, so sand bass and the spotties are going Richter right now. Obviously, you have to have a little bit of tide for them, but even at slack tide right now, you can still catch a few. And then the Point Loma kelp bed stuff, I do a 5-hour trip for that stuff. And then we do a 3/4 day or a full day down to the Coronado Islands. And then we do the 12-hour trips offshore, which mainly probably what's going to happen if it's like the other years, it's going to get into full day fishing pretty much all the time. But you guys have a family, or you're a light line fisherman, or you want to catch a big bluefin, or you just want to take the family down to the islands, I got you covered 100%. Highly reviewed and ready to go.
And Andrew, he would probably love to throw together another open party, but the last couple times he did it, he couldn't get anybody else. So if you got a couple of people, give Captain Al a call. He can put together a couple more. You got Andrew on here. There's a handful of people that will throw together a open party trip with Al, but you got to help him out, gang. You got to give him a call. You got a couple people. He can put a couple together. But for him just to throw 4 guys or 6 guys together, you got to give Al a break. He's got a lot of stuff going on. He's got 3 boats he's juggling. He's got a family. He's got his mom. He's got all kinds of stuff going on. So help him out.
Yeah. You know, those open part, you know, my full day offshore trip is really reasonably priced. It's $29.95. I can't do a full day offshore with 4 people for $500. That's $2,000, $1,000 discount. I can't do that. So you guys want to do an open party offshore for 6 people? It's $500 a piece, and I'd be more than glad to take you guys. Andrew has been a great client. He's been with me a couple of times, so he can vouch for what's going on out there. But $500 for 6 people, we can go offshore fishing.
And then Jason Cutter, I don't think there is a time, maybe I'm wrong, I don't really know the back bay, but I don't think there's a time where the back bay you're not going to catch something. In October, probably, for me, I would think October's got to be good, right, Al?
October's good because it's starting to cool. It depends what kind of October we have, but a lot of times October's still warm, and it's starting to cool down. So that super skinny water, if it gets over like 75, 76, 77, they kind of disperse, but then there's some eelgrass beds and 12 foot of water where I know where they go. So we just go out there. But in the hot weather, when the bonefish and the bay sharks aren't back there, there's always something back there. But that's when you want to bust out the Zara Spook or your favorite topwater bait and go look for those Corvina, because there's a bunch of Corvina back there. But you got to put it in work. Some days you can get lucky, like I did on Joe's dock that one day. In the first cast, I caught an 8.5 pounder. But other days, you know, you get out there and you fire that spook around in glassy water, low light conditions early in the morning. If it's overcast, is a plus, or in the evening into the dark. In summertime, I'll put the Ranger out there with the grandkids or whatever, and we just take straight topwater lures, 3 rods or whatever, and we'd go fish the sandy beaches over by Coronado and the back by Silver Strand and the Coronado Caves. And if it's glassy, it's warm, you fish till about 11 o'clock in shorts. And you catch gar and all kinds of stuff out there at night. I don't guide out there at night, obviously, but you guys want to go have some fun with your friends or your family and catch topwater fish, now's the time to start doing it. The corvina are starting to spawn, and they spawn going up the Sweetwater Channel. So that's one of my favorite things to do, is throw a white Zara spook in the bay early in the morning or at night. It's super fun.
I think Apple Valley Manufacturing needs to lay off the day drinking. Sorry, I'm just saying. You still there, Cap? I'm getting rid of them. Don't worry. Yeah, we'd lose a lot of people. Yeah.
We don't lose anybody. Grab them by the neck and get them back in the boat.
Hey, John, how are you today? River Cats Tackle. John's with us today. Hello, John. Nice to see you. And,
River Cat.
What a fun group of people. It's so nice to be a part of that group too, gang. If you haven't checked out the River Cat Tackle guys, you got to go check them out. They got a great YouTube channel. They got a great show on Sunday nights. They got a bunch of pro staffers doing a bunch of live fishing all over the place. So you want to be a part of their group. It's kind of cool, kind of fun. Check them out, River Cats Tackle. And there's Lisa. Hello, Lisa, catfishing lady.
What up, Lisa?
And yeah, it's just another beautiful day in the Your Saltwater Guide world, gang. We're so happy that you're all here with us and checking us out and hanging out with us. And Captain Al Clowers got some days available, gang. The table's set. I heard like Pablo was saying one of his buddies caught a yellowfin yesterday. It sounds like the San Diego just caught a yellowfin just now. The bluefin are kind of biting pretty good. There's a yellowtail now under the kelp patties. The sand bass are biting here, biting there. The calico bass fishing, I just saw that picture, Matt Ryan. Oh, my gosh. Calico bass fishing at Catalina is absolutely on fire. They're in the spawn mode. Can't get through them. Can't get through them to get to the other fish. There's just so many.
Right?
Yeah, we're going to let HH just make a complete fool of himself. It doesn't really affect any of us, EJ. We're all good. He wants to make a fool of himself. I'm going to allow him to have his time here because obviously he's a lonely little boy and nobody talks to him. So he's got to jump on here. So we'll let him do his little thing and hopefully he's getting a lot out of it. Hopefully everything's going, it's sad when you're that lonely. You have to jump on other people's podcasts and make annoying comments. But every once in a while, I feel in my heart, I got to give these poor people their day in the sun. This is his only opportunity for anybody to talk about him, the poor little boy. So we're just going to let him have his day here and let him have some fun. It's okay. He's not really affecting me. I'm going to still have lobster and filet mignon for dinner. So he's not affecting me. Don't let him affect you, EJ.
Hey, and on another note, if you guys wear your sunscreen, man, and your sun protection. I got another Mohs surgery this week, and I've had a lot of big old Mohs surgeries, and I got some more coming this week. That stuff just keeps on growing on me, man. It's brutal. So protect yourself in the sun if you're a gringo like myself.
It sucks. Captain Al can't buy a break. God darn it.
A big old one that needs to be cut out of my neck, one by my nose right here. I don't know what's gonna happen, but yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah, John, you can have him. You can come over to River Cats Tackle at HH. You should follow those guys. You should go fishing with them in Louisiana. They'd love to see you over there. But then again, we know you won't come out of your mommy's basement and get involved. So we know that. We already know who you are. It's pretty simple. We know your kind comes on here all the time. But Captain Al Clowers, you're absolutely right. You got to take care of your skin. That's the same problem that our good buddy Kevin Cubby Paul. It all started with the little skin cancer. And shit, the next thing you know, it's everywhere, right, Al?
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna have to. I gotta wait for the winter time, but I have to do my whole head with that cream,
Right.
base. I've done it once before, and it's like a 2-month hiatus. It sucks. And I wear long sleeves too now. I've been wearing long sleeves religiously for probably 10 years, and it still pops up underneath my sleeve.
Slaps and tracks. If you want to go find out where the surf thing is, Bill Varney was just with us for a little while, and he's got his YouTube channel. He's pumping out information over there on his YouTube channel. You can go check it out, Bill Surf Fishing, and it's on his YouTube channel, or Fish the Surf, Bill Varney. And then if that's not enough info, you can always sign up over at Your Saltwater Guide and even get more of that surf fishing info. Matt Ryan's a part of Bill's group. Jason Cutter's a part of Bill's group. There's a lot of guys on here that are part of Bill's group over there on the website at yoursaltwaterguide.com. I'll show you. There's how you get over there to Bill's thing. But like Bill was saying, right now the fishing is insane, and he has a surf fishing clinic. I don't know where you're located at, but Bill's got a surf fishing clinic coming up. You guys post what time, where it's going to be at. Those of you that were paying attention and listening while I was editing everything on the show, let everybody know where that's going to be at. And yeah.
Hey, Dave, hit that Rashad V.
I already got him, didn't I?
I don't know. Apparently, I'm a pedophile.
Yeah. Isn't this fun? Oh my God, these poor people. They don't understand it, huh, Al?
No, they're haters, dude. Imagine going through life, going on a podcast, putting up comments like that. You're just a POS.
Roger. But they think that they're getting their day in the sun. They're getting their 5 minutes of fame. So
yeah, you'll never see them come up and tell you that. I'd like to see them tell me that.
Nope, they'll never say a word in public. I mean, you guys, you know me, I'm the most hated human being on the planet. Go over to that other website, the hateful website, and go look at all the hateful people over there. And then I'll go do a seminar in San Diego, and none of them show up. They don't show up. They just hide behind their mommy's skirt. But it's okay. We don't care. I mean, poor Matt Ryan has to deal with these people up front and personal on a daily basis. I don't even know how you do that. I don't know.
Right?
I don't know. Thank God for me and Al. They don't come outside of their mommy's house. They don't come outside and see us. But it's okay. We don't need to focus on the crybabies. We got enough people that care and love us and that are part of this thing. Gang, as we move forward on the podcast and stuff, if you have any suggestions for who you'd like to see on the podcast, because we're at the point now where if I call them up, they come on the podcast. If you guys want to try to help us out getting on some podcasts too, you can send requests out to the podcasters you would like to see me on their podcast. And we will do our best to keep bringing in the best talent we possibly can. It's kind of cool. Tomorrow we'll have a great guest with Michael Folks. The history of sport fishing is just rambling along here. It's doing really good. Hopefully soon we'll have Captain Anthony Shea with us because he's wrapping up his world tour. So he'll be back on the podcast again. We've had him on a couple of times, and we got War Heroes on Water coming up in September. We'll have a handful of the War Heroes joining us on the show. Thank you guys for all that. And I really do hope that all of you had a wonderful 4th of July and understand what the 4th of July really means, because I was watching a video this morning on YouTube, and it's just amazing how many people that live in the United States of America have no idea what the 4th of July is. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy, Captain Al Clowers. Because Captain Al Clowers, people are wondering, when are you going to go live again?
Maybe Wednesday.
Oh, that would be fun. Wednesday, though, it's going to blow. Are you fishing in the bay?
No, it's a full day, full boat, 6 people.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, that's the day the wind's going to blow.
I'm not sure if we're going to the islands or we're going offshore. Probably the islands. They just want a meat hunt. So, I met the guy in Seafood City when I was buying squid.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
Dennis, how are you, buddy? Hey, Charles, how are you?
is that the day you're traveling?
No, I don't travel till next week. I'm traveling next Sunday.
All right. I was gonna go live the other day at the islands, but the guy didn't want to do it. I'm like, come on, you won't even notice this. No, I should just stop telling him.
Right. Yeah, you should. Then we'll have a lawsuit. Then we'll have a lawsuit. Some people.
Hopefully, the fishing really gets going where these live shows are. On the Riviera, it's loud, so it's hard for me to even hear. Like, if you say something on the phone,
Right.
it's super loud for me anyway. But
well,
I'm hoping to get a camera one of these days here pretty quick.
I think you will. The reason I always say we got to ask him is because one day I did a live show, and the guy was so bummed. He called me up that night, and he's all, Dave. I'm all, Jay, and he's all, what did you do? And I'm all, what do you mean? He goes, you went live on Facebook? I'm all, yeah, I go live on Facebook all the time. He goes, dude, I got fired. Why'd you get fired? He goes, because I called in sick today. And my boss watched your show. I'm all, oh, Lord have mercy. We have to keep an eye on that. We got to help out our friends here.
Right. Some of the families that have kids don't want their kids on there.
No, I understand that one for that. Absolutely, positively. There's a bunch of weirdos, just like the weirdos that are on here right now, Yeah.
Yeah, like me.
Yeah, I like you. Yeah. And
some people won't even let me take pictures of their kids now.
The thing with the extravaganza, Tim, as we started to talk about it, started to get into it, the haters came flying out of the woodworking. There's so much legal stuff for that kind of stuff. We're just going to lay low. We're going to have a banquet at the end of the season. We're going to have a little party. We're going to celebrate the Your Saltwater Guide members. We're going to have a nice little party like we did at the PCS show, but we're going to probably do it right in October probably. We're not going to, the whole extravaganza thing, we got to have to put it on hold. There's too many haters out there that are just looking. If you're having a contest, if you're having a tournament, if you're having a raffle, all these different things to just cause total brain damage to Captain Dave. And I don't have time for it. So we're just going to celebrate our members. We're going to have a nice, figure out something in end of September, beginning of October after War Heroes is over. But as far as what we were thinking about doing for the extravaganza, there's just too much crybaby stuff going on out there. So we got to be careful. We got to watch the legal beagle stuff. So we're going to celebrate the members. That's what we're going to do. We're going to celebrate all of our members. We're going to come together and have a neat banquet somewhere in Orange County, probably at Ron and Marcus's warehouse. We'll lock it up. We'll have a big barbecue. It'll be fun. But as far as any type of contest or anything, it's just too much legal crap to deal with, and I don't have time for it. As you guys know, I kind of have a lot of stuff going on and don't really want to spend 5 seconds in court.
Right. That gets expensive, Dave.
Yeah, there's just too many Well, as you guys see, they're right. They're right here on the show. It just doesn't stop. It's just, there's just so many people that just hate their lives. So we'll end up having something really fun for us, Tim. And you know us, we're going to enjoy ourselves. And they don't even have to be a part of it.
Well, right on. I'm looking
Right
forward
arm.
to some trips here pretty quick. I got kind of a busy week. I got we're burying my uncle on the 11th. That's Thursday, I believe. And then next week I have the Mohs surgery, but I'll be charging strong with stitches in my neck. I'm good.
Okay. The 11th, isn't that Saturday, Friday? I think it is. Yeah, the 11th is Friday, because you got me thinking I'm flying to San Diego on the 12th. Hopefully, I haven't even asked you yet, but hopefully I can sleep on your boat because I'm flying out on the 13th.
Okay.
So hopefully I can come up and sleep on the floor of the Riviera and then get on a big old airplane and sit in the airplane for 5 hours to go to Florida.
Yeah, no problem. The good thing about the Riviera nowadays, back in the day, it wasn't there some nights. It was on day and a half trips, but now it's always there at night.
It sucks. Oh, hey, did I get a package?
Yeah, a big box.
Yeah, those are tennis shoes.
Oh, nice. Oh, for
I
you?
had to buy a pair of shoes for
What
the
color
show.
are they?
I bought a pair of shoes for the
Did you buy some of those little short socks for him too?
Yeah,
you don't
no, I
get
got some thick
You don't
socks.
get a tan line way up your leg?
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm gonna have to write that down in the monumental book. Florida's gonna be warm and muggy.
Oh yeah, and we spend the day out at there's a big lake right in front of the convention center in Orlando. And the first day we spend it out there showing off the new products for Promar. I'll be representing Promar at the ICAST show, and it's kind of a fun event. We're outside with all the people, Captain Dave in a pair of shoes and long pants, standing out in that beautiful humidity. Yeah, woohoo!
That place is probably full of a bunch of big old mosquitoes too, huh?
I don't know. We go on at night, every night after the show, we fish on the lake out in front of the house. I haven't been bit. I don't know.
Well, that's good. You're like me. I don't get bit, but my wife can be in an area where there's not one mosquito, but she gets bit all the time. It's crazy.
Same thing here. Kelly girl can take out the trash and come back in the house and have a ton of bites. Oh, look out. Hold on. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Captain Justin Bottrell joining us.
I just wanted to see what you knuckleheads were up to.
We're here talking about how much fun life is.
Oh, yeah. How fun it is. Go in the water.
Yeah. Are you still out there with Lisa?
Yeah, we're heading in right now. I just filleted all the fish. So, hope you all can hear me.
Yeah, we hear you just fine, buddy.
Yeah. What are you doing, Al?
I'm on the podcast, just kicking back today.
Doing what?
I'm just hanging out today on the podcast.
Nice. Let me slow down a little bit. I can hear better.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Hello, EJ, Seawolf. How was your 4th?
It was great. Mellow.
Yeah.
Hung out at the marina.
I heard your story earlier about the drunk people.
Oh yeah, gangsters, dude. Yeah.
How fun.
Harbor police showed up, and I told the wife, "Gather your stuff. We're out of here."
It's about to go down.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a fishing spot.
Yeah, I just wanted to. Hey, Matt Ryan.
Yeah, hey.
I just want to jump on and say hi.
Well, hello.
What do they call that? Photo bomb, but live bomb.
Yeah.
Do like a live bomb. Go, what's up?
Live bombing us.
I love your style, Justin. I like your style. I got to click on no matter what, right?
What's that?
You got to click on no matter what. I like your style.
No.
Right. I'm gonna get on. I gotta go to the pharmacy and pick some stuff up. And
what do you have available to go fishing? On your
I
boat,
have
yeah.
availability tomorrow, but it's windy. I have
Yeah.
available Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday right now.
There you go, everyone. Book up with Al. Fishing is phenomenal down there. It's really, really good down there.
Yeah, my phone's ringing off the hook.
Yeah,
Oh, is it?
not.
No, it's just starting to trickle in now, but yeah.
Hopefully it brings up the hook. But Torben, yeah, I can answer a question. I don't want to. I really don't want to photo bomb this place, but I'll answer one question. What do you got, Torben? And then I'm gonna get going, and then you guys can all have Al. Al is
It had me
yours.
for an hour and 10 minutes.
He's not mine today.
Yeah, we're wrapping it up here, gang. Justin caught limits of rockfish this morning. There was not much to catch down there off of Huntington Beach today. He went out and looked around for the sand bass, caught a bunch of rockfish.
Backup plan. I like it.
Yeah, so we got rockfish, limits of sculpin, limits of rockfish, and sand bass were nowhere to be found. We didn't even catch one. My buddy on the Enterprise, he's over there right now, struggling a little bit to get some sand bass also right now.
Yeah, they all moved around to San Diego. Apparently, the flurry started yesterday down here.
Nice. So what's Torben Pool Trust? What's your question? Ask it quick because I'm going to go here in about 25 seconds.
Me too. Hey, Justin, what is the most flavorful load of... Oh, for goodness sakes. Goodbye. Forget about him. He's nobody.
What in the world is he talking about?
Yeah, that's an all-time high on burger eaters today, huh?
Yeah, weird.
Oh, my gosh. They came out of the woodwork.
I'm going to get going. I just want to go in there and say, what are you doing? So, all right. See you guys later. Bye.
See you later. Yeah, what are you doing?
See ya.
See ya. Bye, everybody. Have fun today. See ya.